I am Lakshmi Prasanna, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Welcome to the lecture series of image processing. In this session, we will learn about Huffman coding. So, first we should know what is Huffman coding and where it will be useful. So, this Huffman coding is used during data compression. So, in the previous session, we have discussed about what is meant by image compression and how it can be applied during color image processing, and what are the advantages of going for image compression, and how to do the image compression means by eliminating redundancies. Redundancy means having more than required. By eliminating the irrelevant data that is present in the image, we are going to reduce the redundancy. So generally, we have seen the basic model to perform color image compression, which consists of encoder, channel, and decoder. So those components are used to reduce redundancy. So in the source encoder, we have seen another three basic components. Each one is used to eliminate one type of redundancy. Basically, in the image, different types of redundancies like coding redundancy, interpixel redundancy, psychovisual redundancy. These all different redundancies that may be available. Okay. So here this Huffman coding is used to go for image compression. And this is the most popular technique for removing coding redundancy using Huffman. So coding redundancy. So we have seen different types of redundancies like coding redundancy, interpixel redundancy, and psychovisual redundancy. So this Huffman coding is used to reduce especially coding redundancy. Here, how coding redundancy can be reduced means, we have seen source encoder block, which is used to encode the original image into some set of symbols. So during this process, that means when coding the symbols of information source individually, Huffman coding yields the smallest possible number of code symbols per source symbol. So for the source symbol, this Huffman coding is used to give the coding operation. Huffman coding, if we apply, it is going to use very less number of symbols during the coding process. So using Huffman coding will eliminate coding redundancy. So it is a type of variable length coding. Here coding redundancy can be eliminated by choosing a better way of assigning the codes. So this is what some simple information about Huffman coding. Now to perform Huffman coding, we will see what is the algorithm we have to apply. So here is the Huffman coding algorithm, which consists of several steps. So in step 1, so what is the first step we have to follow in this algorithm means, list the symbols and sort the probabilities as per symbol. So the symbols will be given. We have to arrange all the symbols in the sorted probabilities. So here we are going to arrange all the symbols from top to highest to lowest. And in the second step, we have to combine the lowest two probabilities of symbols and then give label to each one. That means from the bottom, we have to perform the addition operation, which leads to a new number. Okay. So after performing the addition operation like this for each bottom symbols in each step. Then we have to assign code for each symbol. So newly created item is given priority. So if we add the bottom two numbers, another new number will be generated. That will be given the highest priority. And it should be placed at the highest position in the sorted list. So in the next step, we have to arrange that number in the highest place compared to the previous probabilities based on the sorting. So like this, we have to repeat until unless we have to perform the addition operation like this, until unless we are going to remain with one node. So each step we have to follow this until unless one node is remain. And the next step, after performing all the operation like this, next we have to assign the codes. So we have to assign code 0 to the higher and code 1 to the lower symbol. So after that, we have to trace the code symbols from backwards. Okay. So we have to follow this algorithm to perform Huffman coding. So in order to clearly understand this algorithm, let us solve one problem by applying these steps. Now, so here one simple example is given. So we have to perform Huffman coding by applying Huffman algorithm for the following intensity distribution. So here intensity distribution is given, and here we are going to see the image whose size is of 64 by 64 and obtain the coding efficiency. That means we have to calculate the parameter efficiency, and for that here different symbols are given, R0 to R7. So here the value of R0 is 1008 and R1 is 320 and R2 456, R3 686, R4 803, R5 105, R6 417 and R7 301. So these are the symbols they have given. Okay, but they are not probabilities. We have to find first probabilities of the given symbols. But whereas in some cases, in some problems, directly they will give probability so that you can use directly to apply Huffman coding algorithm. But in this case, directly probabilities are not given. We have to find the probability of each symbol from R0 to R7. So in another cases, we may have directly probabilities given, which we can use very easily. So first let us find the probability of each symbol. So to find the probability, first we have to consider the size of the image. So size of the image is given as 64 by 64. So the value of 64 by 64 is 4096. So we have to consider this value in order to find probabilities of each symbol. So first let us find the probability of R0. Okay. So P of R0 is equal to, so the value is 1008. 1008 by the value is 4096. So divide by 4096. So the value of P of R0, if you find the value, so the value will be 0.24. Next, to find the probability of R1. So R1 value is 320. So 320 divided by 4096. So the value of 320 by 4096 is 0.07. And next symbol is R2. So find the probability of R2. So P of R2 is equal to, R2 value is 456. So 456 by 4096. So the value of P of R2 is 0.11. Next, find the probability of R3. So P of R3 is equal to, R3 value is 686. 686 by 4096. Okay. So the value of P of R3 is 0.16. And next one, P of R4. So P of R4. R4 value is 803. 803 by 4096. Okay. So the value is 0.19. And here we have another symbols, R5, R6 and R7. So P of R5. So the value of R5 is 105 by 4096. Okay. So the value of P of R5 is 0.02. Next, to find the probability of R6. So here R6 is 417. So 417 by 4096. We will get P of R6 as 0.10. And next, P of R7. So here R7 value is 301. 301 by 4096. Okay. So we will get P of R7 0.07. So like this, first we have to find the probabilities of all the given symbols, or sometimes the probabilities will be given. So in the algorithm, what is the first step? After finding the probabilities, we have to arrange all the probabilities. That is the first step. So we will arrange from highest to lowest. So here all the probabilities values are there. So let us arrange. So among all these probabilities, the first highest value is 0.24. So in this, P of R represent probability of R0, R1, R2, so on up to the given symbols. So the first highest is 0.24. So here arrange it. The first one 0.24. So 0.24. And among all these probabilities, after 0.24, which one is the next highest probability? It is 0.19. So next we have to write 0.19. And next highest probability after 0.19 among all these, next highest is 0.16. So next one is 0.16. And next highest probability is 0.11. So here 0.11. And so after 0.11, we have next highest probability 0.10. So 0.10. And so after 0.10, which one is the next highest probability? 0.07. So we have two 0.07s here. So 0.07, 0.07. And the next highest one is 0.02. So next one is 0.02. So this is the first step. We have to arrange all the we have to sort all the probabilities. So we have sorted from highest to lowest. So what is the second step in the algorithm? Combine the lowest two probabilities and generate the new code. Okay. So here, these are the two lowest probabilities. Combining means we have to sum, we have to perform addition operation between these two. So if you perform addition operation between these two, 0.07, 0.02 plus 0.02. So the value what we are going to get is 0.09. Like that, we have to perform addition operation for the bottom two results. Perform like this the new code, and we have to place that code in the proper place. We have to give it the highest priority, and we have to place it in the proper place such that again all the probabilities should be from highest to lowest. So now we are getting after addition 0.09. So among all these 0.09 means, so here we will have, after that only 0.07 comes. So here I am going to place this 0.09, which is the new generated code here, whereas the remaining probabilities positions will be same. So here same 0.24, 0.19 and 0.16, 0.11, 0.10, and here 0.09 is the new generated code. And after this, here we have one more probability which is not reduced, 0.07, which is below 0.09. So this will be coming here, 0.07. So like this we have to perform the addition operation between the two bottom symbols, and we have to place the new code in proper place. Like this we have to continue until unless the last step, only one symbol is reached. Okay. So now perform the addition operation between these two because they are bottom symbols now. So 0.09 plus 0.07, if you perform addition operation, we will get 0.16. So where I can place that 0.16? Here also 0.16 is there, but we have to place the newly generated code at the highest priority compared to this 0.16. So the new generated code will be here 0.16, whereas the remaining 0.24 will be here, and here 0.19. Okay, this is new generated code, but here again we have 0.16. It goes here 0.16, and this 0.11 comes here, and here 0.10. Okay. Again perform the addition operation between the two bottom symbols. These are the two bottom symbols. So 0.11 plus 0.10. So the value is 0.21. So where it should be placed? 0.21. So after 0.24. So here comes 0.21. This will be same 0.24, and this value 0.19 will be coming here, and here 0.16, and this is 0.16. Now these are the two bottom symbols. Now perform addition operation between these two. So 0.16 plus 0.16, we will get 0.32, which is the highest priority value. So here we are going to place 0.32 because it is greater than 0.24. So the remaining values, here we will have 0.24, 0.21, 0.19. Now, so again perform the addition operation between bottom two. So 0.21 plus 0.19, it gives 0.4, which is the highest value. So 0.4, and next we have 0.32 and here 0.24. Now, if you perform addition operation between these two bottom values, so 0.32 plus 0.24, it gives 0.56, which is the highest value. So we will place 0.56 here and this 0.4 comes here. So like this we have to perform addition operation between the two bottom symbols, and new code is generated, and that new code should be given the highest priority and put it in proper place. Again, the probability should be arranged from highest to lowest. Like this we have to continue until the last code is generated. So like this, after performing this step, see, repeat step 2 until one node remain. So now it is completed, and the next step is we have to assign the codes. So we have to assign 0 for the higher symbol and we have to assign 1 to the lower symbol. So we will see. So we have to perform, this is 0 because this is the higher symbol, lower symbol is 0.4, we have to assign 1. If you see these two, this is the 0.32 is the higher symbol, so we can have 0 here and 1 symbol. So like this, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So this symbol 0, 1 and this is 0, 1. So like this 0 and 1 code should be assigned, 0 to the higher one and 1 to the lower one. Now we have to generate the symbol. So if we consider this is 0 and 1. So this 0.56 is generated by adding these two, 0.32 and 0.24. So 0.56 code is 0. So we have to include 0 to these two values. Already 0 and 1 is there. To these symbols, 0 should be included towards left. So this is 0 and here it is 0. Now 0, 0 is the symbol. Okay. Now, so by adding these two, 0.21 and 0.19, 0.4 is generated. Okay. So here directly there is no code, but here if you see 0.4, there is code 1. So we have to assign here 1 and here 1. So these are the codes for these two values now. And by adding this 0.16 and 0.16, 0.32 is generated. Here for 32, the code is 0, 0. So 0, 0 should be included to that. So we can have here 0, 0. Okay. Now these are the length of the code. This is the length of the code. And now by adding 0.11 and 0.10, we got 0.21. What is the code of 0.21? If we follow the arrow mark for 0.21, it is 10. So here 10 should be included. So this is the length of the code. And now 0.09, 0.07, if we add, we are getting 0.16. So its code value, if you follow this arrow mark, 0.16, we have 3 zeros. So the 3 zeros should be included there. So 1, 2, 3 and here 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this is the length. Okay. So 0.07 and 0.02. If we add these two, we got 0.09. Its code is 4 zeros. So 4 zeros should be included. 4 zeros should be included. So this is the symbol now. So like this, we have to perform the coding operation and we have to identify what is the length of each code. So if we see 0.07 length is, so how many number of symbols are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the length of this will be 5. And 0.02, so here we can have 4 zeros, 1 is there. So totally here also we have 5. And coming to 0.07, what is the length of the code? So 0.07, if you follow this arrow mark, here we have 0.07 and the length of the code we have 4. So 3 zeros and 1 is there. So the length will be 4. Okay. So 0.10, to find the length of the code for 0.10, so follow this arrow mark. Okay. So here for 0.10 we have 101 whose length is 3. Now for this 0.11, so follow this arrow mark 0.11 here and we have code for 0.11, that is 100. So the length is 3. Now next one is 0.16. So for this 0.16, so if you follow this arrow mark 0.16, okay, so here 0.16, it is having 001. So 001 means the length is 3. Now for 0.19, so if you follow this arrow 0.19, so here for 0.19 we have 11. 2 symbols are there. Similarly for 0.24, so if we follow this, okay, 0.24, 01 is there. It also consists of only 2 symbols, 0 and 1. So like this we have to find length of each probability. Okay. Now we have to use these probability values and this length value in order to find the average length. Because in this question they are asking to find the efficiency. So efficiency is equal to h of x by L average. So this h of x is entropy we have to find, and this L average, to find this L average we have to consider the value of L and P of R. So next we will find L average first. Now to find L average, so the formula what we will use is sigma I is equal to 1 to N P of Ri into L of Ri. Okay. So P of Ri represents probability of R1, R2, R3. And here what is N? N represents the number of symbols. So if we consider here the number of probabilities, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are given. So it will be ranging from 1 to 8. P of Ri, probability values of P of R0, R1, R2, so on. And L of Ri means we have just calculated the length of each probability. So for this probability 2 is the length, and for 0.19 this 2 is the length. So we have to perform the operation now. So first one is 0.24 into 2. So here 0.24 into 2 plus the next probability is 0.19 into 2, 0.19 into 2 plus 0.16, next one 0.16 into 3. So 0.16 into 3 plus next 0.11 into 3. So 0.11 into 3 plus 0.10 into 3. 0.10 into 3 plus 0.07 4. 0.07 into 4 plus next probability again 0.07 into 5. 0.07 into 5 plus the last one is 0.02 into 5. 0.02 into 5. So we have to simplify this. So 0.24 into 2 is 0.48 plus 0.19 into 2 is 0.38 plus 0.16 into 3 is 0.48 plus 0.11 into 3 is 0.33 plus, so 0.10 into 3 is 0.3 plus 0.07 into 4 is 0.28 plus 0.07 into 5 is 0.35 plus 0.02 into 5 is 0.1. So if we perform, if we simplify this step, then we will get the average length as 2.7. Now consider this average length to find efficiency. So before calculating efficiency, one more thing we have to find, which is h of x. So here h of x is entropy. So we will find h of x now. So to find h of x, we have the formula like sigma I is equal to 1 to n pi log 1 by pi base 2. Now here this pi represents probability. So here I value, n value will be 8 because 8 symbols are given, that is from R0 to R7. So here what is the first probability value? 0.24. So here 0.24 log 1 by 0.24 base 2 plus, and next one is 0.19. So 0.19 log 1 by 0.19 base 2 plus the third one is 0.16. So 0.16 log 1 by 0.16 base 2 plus, so after 0.16 we have 0.11. So 0.11 log 1 by 0.11 base 2 plus, so after 0.11 we have 0.10. So 0.10 log 1 by 0.10 base 2 plus, after 0.10 we have 2 times 0.07. So 0.07 log 1 by 0.07 base 2 plus 0.07 log 1 by 0.07 base 2. 2 times we have written. and the last one is 0.02. So 0.02 log 1 by 0.02 base 2. So first, if we simplify 0.24 log base 2, so the value of 1 by 0.24 is 4.16 plus 0.19 log base 2. So the value of 1 by 0.19 is 5.26 plus 0.16 log base 2. The value of 1 by 0.16 is 6.25 plus next value 0.11 log base 2. So the value of 1 by 0.11 is 9.09 plus 0.10 log base 2. The value of 1 by 0.10 is 10 plus 0.07 log base 2. The value of 1 by 0.07 is 14.28 plus again we have 0.07 log base 2, 14.28 plus the last one 0.02 log base 2. The value of 1 by 0.02 is 50. Okay. Now we have to apply log 0.24. Here log 4.16 base 2 value is 2.05 plus 0.19. Log 5.26 base 2 value is 2.39 plus next is 0.16. Log 6.25 base 2 value is 2.64 plus next is 0.11. So 0.11. Log 9.09 base 2 value is 3.18 plus 0.10. Log 10 base 2 value is 3.32 plus 0.07. Log 14.28 base 2 value is 3.83 plus again next we have same 0.07, 3.83 plus last value is 0.02. So 0.02 into log 50 base 2. So log 50 base 2 value is 5.64. So if we simplify this step, then the value of entropy H of x we will get, it is 2.69. Now we have the value of average length, that is L average, and entropy H of x. So using these two we have to find efficiency. Okay. So efficiency formula is the ratio of H of x by L average. So here we got H of x 2.69 by the value of L average is 2.7. So here 2.7 into 100. So here what is the efficiency we are going to get? 99.99. 6%. Okay. So in this way, we have to apply Hoffman coding algorithm to solve any problem. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.